Israeli forces uncover multiple hostage bodies in Gaza tunnels.
Here's a summary of the article.
The bodies of 3 of the remaining 132 hostages in Gaza, Shani Luke, 23, Amit Baskila, 28, and Itzhak Jalenta, 57, were recovered by the IDF, the army announced on Friday. All 3 had been at the Nova Music Festival and were killed on October 7, during Hamas's invasion of southern Israel, and their bodies were taken into Gaza. The IDF said that the bodies were uncovered during a joint operation with the ISA based on intelligence obtained during the interrogations of terrorists who were apprehended in the Gaza Strip, as well as intelligence from IDF Intelligence Directorate's headquarters for the hostages and missing person. On Thursday, the IDF announced the death of 2 Thai agricultural workers also killed by Hamas on October 7 and whose bodies were still in Gaza. The terror group has demanded that the IDF end the war and withdraw from Gaza, while Israel has insisted that the war can only end once Hamas is defeated. The deaths of the hostages and the rising IDF fatality count add fuel to the growing frustration in Israel over Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's handling of the war, now in its 7th month, and the absence of any clear horizon to see the hostages return home. In response to the military's announcement, the armed wing of Hamas said it was skeptical of Israel's claims and added that the only way for the remaining hostages to return alive was through a truce.
This post received a score of 6,800, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Sadly, these won't be the last they find in this condition. Hamas probably has no living hostages left to leverage in a deal.
Greater than Hamas probably has no living hostages left to leverage in a deal. Hamas won't let that stop them.
Shani Lauk is the symbol of 07-10. A girl who just wanted to dance ended up being paraded dead in Gaza while Palestinians cheering and celebrating her death,
while spitting on her almost naked, torn-apart body.
In an IDF operation which its details were not disclosed yet, the bodies of the 3 hostages, Shani Luke, Amit Baskila and Itzhak Jalenta, were retrieved back to Israel. Hamas murdered the 3 of them and took their bodies to Gaza on October 7. May their memory be a blessing.
Why keep their bodies so long? Wasn't Shani confirmed to have died October 7?
She was confirmed to have died, IRC, a week or so later when authorities sifting through the scene of the attack found a skull fragment DNA tested to be from her and determined that no one could live with the type of injury required to tear off that part of the skull, probably shot in the head.
I remember reading accounts of the first responders and coroners. Even they were shocked and traumatized to the core. A few claimed that even when examining murder victims, they've never seen such cruelty.
Mixed feeling about this news. It's more good than bad. I hope the families can finally mourn their loved ones.
It was known she was dead for months now. At least now the family has a body to bury.
Note that in Jewish culture, burial and the rituals that surround it, including taking a week off from life basically to properly mourn and remember the deceased, is very important. Also note that in Jewish thought the deceased soul doesn't pass on until the body is buried, and it is said to be a painful experience for the soul of the deceased.
There are different stages of Shiva. Many religious will cease all celebrations, parties, merry-making for a whole year.
That's very true. I was saying the most basic and common practice.
This is a big reason why Israel doesn't want to stop. Even the dead mean much to them.
That, and without living hostages, Hamas really has nothing left to bargain with. Israel will take the organization apart sooner or later. Geopolitics-wise, Hamas should have taken the ceasefire deal when it had more than 100 living hostages. This also allows Israel to focus more on its east to north borders with conventional forces, while making Gaza a counterinsurgency campaign with more light infantry type units.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.